the Lord some praise in here. Come on. I said, clap your hands and give the Lord some praise. Which means somebody should have jumped on their feet and had a flashback of what the Lord has done for me. When I look back over my life, y'all still sitting down, it's bothering me. Somebody ought to give God, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he has done for me, glory to God, I thank God that weeping may endure for a night, but y'all still looking at me. But joy coming in the morning. I wish I had somebody that would just look back over your life and say, if it had not been for the Lord who was on my side, I don't know, y'all still sit down, y'all work out bothering me. I don't know where I should be crazy, I should be in a crazy house, but at the simple fact that I was able to get out of my bed this morning and pick one foot before the other, I was able to look myself in the mirror and lift my hands and give God praise. Should be enough for you to jump to your feet and shout glory. Listen, I didn't come to play today. I didn't come to stay very long. I didn't come to play church, look church, and sound church. But if I'm going to get up and drive down here on a rainy, cloudy day, I'm going to come and give God my praise. Let somebody shout glory. Thank you, Jesus. Look down your road and say, your neighbor. Come on, talk to him with power. Say, neighbor, I didn't come to play with the devil today. Because he ain't coming to play with me. Somebody put a praise on it right there. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Go and take your seats. I don't know what's going on with the mic. Glory to God. But it sounds like I'm going to tap up something. And God knows I can't afford them speakers. I am thankful to God. We've already prayed. We don't have to. I don't have to pray now. I've already been praying all morning. Before I go on, I do want to thank God for all of you. Noka was in the building Thursday. Listen, they had a whole party section. And whether y'all know it or not, I was feeling that drive. And listen, did not God show up in a crazy way? Listen, let me tell you something. If you missed Thursday, you did not just miss a recording, but you missed a divine move of God. I'm telling you, you missed deliverance like never before. God poured out his spirit in such a mighty way. And that's exactly what I prayed for, because I told God, I said, God, listen, you've given me, glory to God, this vision, this work. But I don't want to be a star. I don't want to be a star. I don't want to be another God in the city. I don't want to be someone people lift up and put under the microscope. I just want to do your will. I just want to be a willing vessel. And so God did just that. And so I thank God for you guys. Clap your hands for yourself. For everyone that sold, everyone that prayed. Listen, a brief testimony. I'm telling you, listen. My entire life has been a life of faith. And two things that I may not be able to preach about, but two things that I can preach about from now to the duration of my life, and that's faith and failure. Yeah. Those are two things that I do know about so very well. And I'm just going to be transparent real quick. Watch this. When I hit the stage on Thursday night, I was $1,600 in the deficit. What does that mean? A deficit just means I was broke. And I had a $1,600 bill due upon completion of the concert. And so, can you imagine the stress of having to go on stage, give God glory, and hope he paid the bill? Because everybody that was on the team wasn't as saved as me. And see, Pastor done told y'all before, see, I'm not ashamed, very transparent. I'm a total preacher. I told it's my best stuff. But you just never know when folk want to act a fool. But rightfully so in this event. So I was $1,600 in the deficit. I'm in the back, and I'm already going through some anxieties anyway, because I'm I'm wanting my mother there. She's not there. I wanted my father there. He wasn't there. So I'm kind of, this to me feels like, this recording feels like the person that goes across the stage and receives their diploma. So it was a big deal, for me in the natural. So I wanted to share that with my parents. Neither of them was there, and so I had to get it together. And then I had some anxiety about the bill. Somebody say the bill. The bill. Oh God, the bill. And so my spiritual father came in the back and he said, son, this is not about you. He said, if you would just go on stage and do what the Lord said do, get out of the way, move flesh out of the way, and let God have his way, and do what's on his agenda, the bill is already taken care of. So watch this. I totally forgotten about the offering. I turned around and my wife reminded me, she said, well, where's the offering? I said, okay. And so I sat the choir down and screwed the cymbals back from the mics, and I said, well, we're going to take up an offering. So I called one of the bishops of the city up, and he took up an offering. The offering was $800 short, okay? And so I said, at the end, I said, now listen, I need your help. And, we need your help to reach this budget. We don't play church games. I just believe that people are more blessed by transparency. You let them know what you're doing with their money, and they're more apt to give. And so I told them I need your money. And the people came, and I think they gave me, about $300 more in cash. Well, I hadn't even checked the cash app yet. And when I checked the cash app for 3 shouters that would shout for me, guess how much was in the cash app? $1,600. Listen, when I tell you, if you just obey God, if you just obey Jesus, God has already worked it out. While I'm trying to figure it out in the back, I'm going crazy. I'm having anxiety attacks. God said, just do what I told you to do, and everything in your life will be worked out, which is the segue to what we're going to talk about today. Glory to God. Turn your Bibles real quickly to Genesis 32. Genesis 32. And I'm going to read. We're going to deal with a few of these verses, but I'm going to read 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of day. Jacob left alone, there wrestled a man with him to the breaking of day. I'll give the title in a minute, but if you would allow me just a few moments to teach this out. Jacob and his family is on a journey. They're on a journey to reunite with Jacob's brother. Now this meeting is not a festive meeting. This meeting is not a party. This meeting is not something that Jacob is excited about, but he's commissioned to get to this meeting. And in the evening of his journey, I'm almost through already, I don't even know it. In the evening of his journey, Jacob separates his family. He separates his wives to lodge and get rest. If you look at this text in deep study, you would understand that right around through here, Jacob is having some insomnia issues because he's concerned about what could transpire with this meeting when he gets to his brother. And so later in the night, the Bible declares that while his family is sleeping, Jacob went to pray. So he's, while they're sleeping, Jacob is praying. He's praying, and he's praying fervently. And before he knows it, here appears a man. Jacob cannot make out this image, nor can he It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I got to tell you. It's coming. It's coming. It's on the way. It's on the way. How many people in here will praise God on your faith? I got the faith the size of a mustard seed, because the Bible said faith is the substance of the things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Somebody put a praise on it. 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 Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I should have been dead, sleeping in my grave. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm old school. I'm an old soul, I'm sorry. It's just where I come from. But I feel like Jacob here. Whatever's before me, I may be hurt right now, but I'm going on with my limb. You don't gotta help me, because I got faith in God that He'll be my very present help in the time, yes God, of need. My grandmother said like this: He'll be your battle axe in the time of battle. He'll be your will in the middle of the wheel. Yes, He will. He'll be your lily in the valley. He'll be the bright and morning star. I wish I had somebody in here that's ever been sick and you went on with your life. You went on with your assignment. Yes! He said, I'll be your doctor. I'll be your doctor in the sick room. Have you ever been in trouble in your life? He said, I'll be your lawyer in the courtroom. I wish I had somebody in here that'll give God praise. Give Him praise right now for the victory. Victory going on. That's the title of this message. Look at somebody and say, I got victory because I'm going on. I got victory because I'm going on. I press, yes, toward the mark of the high call which is in Christ Jesus. Eyes have not seen, ears, yes, Jesus, have not heard. Yes. Oh, yes. It's like fire shut up in your bones. You don't need no keyboard. You don't need no order. Because when I got to encourage myself, mother, sometimes you got to pat your own self on the back and say, I got to go on. Yeah, they hurt me. Yeah, I got hurt. Yeah, I tripped on something. But look at somebody and say, I got to go on. I got to go. I got to go. Go on. I got to go on. Y'all sit down, I'm done. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, just the hollow of his thigh, the hollow of Jacob's thigh, was out of joint. He wrestled with him and he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. This is the last point of this message. I'm done. You're going to be out of church before 11 o'clock. Get to the restaurant before everybody else gets. It's my last point. God's not going to stop wrestling with you until day breaks. He's not going to stop wrestling with you. Day breaking in this text is symbolic of the seasons are changing. I want to encourage you, don't rush your wrestling season. That'll preach right there. Don't rush your wrestling season. Because I come to tell you, it is in your wrestling season that everything about you changes. Your perspective of your next storm, it changes. What used to phase you won't phase you anymore. I can't hear nobody. What used to throw you off your game, what used to mess with your equilibrium, don't rush. I can't hear nobody. Your wrestling season, because God changes the whole trajectory of your thought process. He changes your name. He changes your insight. He changes even your attitude. He changes the atmosphere of your house. I can't hear nobody. Somebody needed to shout right there that needs an atmosphere change at the house. Come on, somebody. Don't fight your wrestling season, because it changes the very altitude of your life. It changes the very climate of your job. It changes the very climate of your family. Watch this. He says, watch this. I'm going to tell you why. I'm Prophet Basket. You need Bible to back it up. I'm so glad you asked me. Here it is now. He says, you're blessed in the city and you're blessed in the field. You're blessed coming out and you're blessed coming in. What are you saying, preacher? On the front part of that verse, it says, obedience is better than sacrifice. What does the fight teaches me? It doesn't teach me sacrifice, but it teaches me obedience. Here it is now. Here it is. Some of us are fighting because we're disobedient, and we're trying to figure out, why is there so many curses in so many areas of my life? Here it is. And could it be, Brother Tim, that I'm being disobedient in some areas? Isn't it that God has told me what to do, but I've taken my own way? I've went my own route, and I've acted as if I haven't heard God. And so it is in this. I'm going to try to play God and come to church and shout anyway. And God says, I ain't studying your little cute shout. I'm not studying your little cute holler. Until you are obedient, everything you touch will be cursed. You'll be cursed in the field. You'll be cursed in the city. You'll be cursed going out. You'll be cursed coming in. Everything you touch is cursed. Your children will be cursed. Your children's children will be cursed. But look at somebody and say that obedience is the blessing. Obedience. 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 I want to provoke it in this atmosphere. Obedience. Obedience. If you just obey. If you just obey. I'm telling you, your whole life gonna change. If you just obey, stop wrestling. Stop fighting with God. Stop fighting with him. Stop fighting with him. Stop fighting with him. Stop. Y'all looking at me, but I'm ministering to your spirit now. I'm through preaching to you. Stop fighting with him. Stop fighting with him. Stop fighting with him. Patience never have a perfect work. Don't rush yourself out of this season. Let patience have a perfect work in you. Knowing this at the trying of your faith, working. Patience is working. Patience. Your patience is going to the gym. It's just getting the work out. Don't lose faith. God says, I'm just working your patience. And see, you let it lose. You let it lose you. You let it take your faith. Don't let it take your faith. Let God work your patience. Oh God. And here it is. God is saying, I'm a God that I don't have to have Prozac and all the rest of that stuff. I know who I am. And I'm okay when you coming to me and saying, God, my faith is a little weak right here. And I'm almost not really believing. It's hard to walk when you right about through here. And God will give you just a little more faith to allow your patience to be tested. So I need to tell somebody that God told me to tell you that it's coming. He told me to tell you it's just delayed gratification. He's coming. It's just coming down the line. He says, because there's some things in your patience that I got to give you first. There's some things in your patience I got to give you first. And he said, the blessing that you waiting on, don't be too quick. Watch this. Don't be too quick to walk into it. I want to talk to somebody in here that's been asking God for some stuff. God told me to tell you, watch this, when he give it to you, you're going to have to give it away. And it's going to take faith. That's why he's working your patience. He says the house you've been praying for, you're going to get it. But when you get it, he's going to position you to give it away. He says not to sell it. You're not going to sell it. You're not going to auction it out. I heard God say you're going to give it away. Yes, God, because what I got on the other side of what you've been praying for, was too small anyway. I didn't mean it for you in the beginning. But since you've been praying for it, I'm bound by my word. And so I got to give it to you because you cut your own blessings off. He said, but once I give it to you and you give it away, you're going to walk into what I really had for you. I wish I had somebody to shout in this room. And so
tell him don't rush to sit down. Amen, amen. My God, what a word. Y'all, I don't know if y'all really understand what he has poured out over the last few months, just coming here time after time for rehearsal with his group, how much his wife has actually sacrificed, how much they sacrificed, did the concert, and then he still came and preached and poured out and sacrificed and gave us a word. To God be the glory. To God be the glory. Listen, we just open doors of the church. We don't have any formal way of doing it. We just say this is an opportunity for you to come to Christ. If you don't know Christ for yourself, if you know him, if you want to get reconnected with him, this is your opportunity. If you just want to have prayer, anything like that for any reason, if y'all just want to come right now, the doors are open. Again, in no formal way, just come as you are. Amen. Amen. This is your opportunity. He just talked about moving in obedience. If this is you and God is telling you, the Spirit is telling you to move, this is your opportunity to move. Amen. Amen. Well, listen, we just once again thank Brother Semaj, Reverend Semaj, Minister Semaj. This man of God right here for giving us this mighty word. Give him another hand of praise. Amen. And then just go ahead and give God another praise for using him the way that he used him. Amen. Well, at this time we open the door. We prepare for our offering. And we're just going to actually just stand and we can just dismiss it. We can give as we go. If you need an envelope or anything like that, envelope, how you want to say it, raise your hand. Amen. We're going to bring Brother Semaj back. We're going to pray us out. Amen.
Father God, I thank you for the things you have done. Thank you. We ask that you would seal this word, seal what you have spoken into our spirits, into our hearts. God, guide us, keep us, and guard us is our prayer. As we leave this place, but never your presence. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.